Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this session, we are going to learn the project walkthrough of the SSRS project. Okay, in this session, we will create the very first SSRS project, and we will, along with that, we will learn what are the shared data source. Okay, what is the shared data sets, how we can create it, and then what is the embedded data source and data sets that we will create in the reports. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So once you have a Visual Studio installed on your machine, right now I have this SQL Server 2019 installed. So all you need to do to create a new project is you need to go to the file, okay, and you need to go to the new project and in file new project, select the new project, and there are number of templates will be available. You have to choose the SQL Server reporting service project. So there will be two options: SQL Server reporting services and SQL Server reporting services wizard. So do not choose the wizard option. Choose the option which is without the wizard. So once you choose this option, you will get this and give the name of the solution or the project. Then you will be able to the default solution will be open for you. So right in my screen, if you see, so I have created one project, learn SSRS, and here by default three folders will be available for you. Okay, so one is share data source, share data sets, and third is reports. It's very simple. Okay, so it what this three folder says that in this section you can create a number of reports. Okay, more than one reports you can create, and these are the folder share data source, that here you can create the data source which would be shared among the reports which you have created here. Okay, then in this folder, the shared data sets, you can create the number of data sets, okay, which could be shared among all the reports that is available here. Okay, so let's get started. First we will create, so guys, whenever we create a reports, right, we need to show the data in the report. Okay, for that we need to know that from where the data will be populated. Okay, and for getting the data, extracting the data, we should know the data source. Okay, so that means as we have created an SSIS as well, in my SSIS series, when we created SSIS package, okay, we always we always use the connections. Okay, connection manager. Similarly, we need to give the connection managers. Okay, we create the shared data source. So right click here, and there is an option add new data source, and there is an option by using, this is the wizard option, and this is by which you can create. Okay, so let me create a option with my wizard here. So it is asking for the name of the data source. So you can give the name as ds underscore source. Okay, let's say I have given this name. Okay, and now you need to provide, all you need to do is to provide the connection string to the data source. Okay, now if you do not have the connection string, don't worry, there is an option build. Click on here. So it will ask, so see, if you have if you have checked here, okay, so it is by default, you can see the Microsoft SQL Server analysis service, because this is the SSRS. Okay, SSRS comes after the SSAS. Okay, but as of now, I do not have a dimensions fact tables. I do not have an analysis data warehouse table. So I have a SQL Server. For that, I will change it. Okay, so I will make it as a SQL Server instead of analysis service. So this has been changed. So once I change it, the interface, the connection property would be changed here. The server name I need to provide. For that, I need to go to the SQL Server Management Studio here, and this is the server name. Click on connect, go to the database engine, and this is the server name. You just copy it by using the control C command, then close it, go back to your SSRS report, paste it over here. Okay, now it is asking to which database you are going to populate the data that you are going to show in your report. So I want, for demonstration purpose, I have this AdventureWorks 2017. So let me select this, test connection succeeded, click on OK. So by default, see, the entire connection string is automatically get here. So go to the credential. So for this I have used window authentication. By default it will take my window username and password to correct with this. And if you have the server authentication, then you can use this option and you can provide your username and password here. Very simple. Okay, so click on OK. So as soon as you have clicked on OK, you have find it out that we have this triangular symbol. Okay, over here when you expand it, you will get your data source with extension RDS. Okay, so what will happen, so all the reports what you are going to create, if those reports is populating data with this adventure data work database, then you, instead of creating embedded or individual data source for this report, you can use or utilize the shared data source. So this is the whole purpose of sharing the data sets. Okay, so as the name suggests, this data source can be shared among all the reports. Okay, then similarly we have a shared data sets. So this is the shared data. So data sets, what exactly it is, data sets is exactly what actually the data you are showing in the report. Let's say I wanted to show the list of the employees in adventure work database. So okay, so list of employees is the data set that I wanted to show in report 1 and report 2. Let's say I have two reports. So instead of in report 1, instead of creating a data sets in each of the report 1 and report 2 individually, let's say create a shared data set that I will be able to share among report 1 and report 2. So let's click here. So very first we have sorry, click on the new data set and I will give it as a name as shared data set. Let's say this one only, or let's say employee list. Okay, so this is my shared data set and it is asking which data source. By default, see the share data set by default use the share data sources. Okay, but if you do not if you have more than one data source, then you can create a you will find those option in this drop down, or if you wanted to create a new data source on go, then you can create with the help of new button. Now query, it is asking which query type you wanted to, if you have to display the employee list, you can simply write select a step from employee. Okay, select a step from employee list or employee table. Or just in case if you are not good in SQL query, then you have this query designer box over here. Okay, if you click on here, so it will give you very okay, we got one error here, unable to connect to the data source. Click on OK. Go to the details, you have integrity security. Okay, go here, let's check what is the problem. Okay, integrity security. Now go here and try to open loading query designer. See, so this way what happened, why we were getting error, because the data source, shared data source is you is having the no username and no integrated security option checked. Okay, so I have changed it to the window option. Now here I wanted to get the data. Let's say employee table. Here I have this human resource employee. Just paste the table name here. So as soon as you paste the table over here, okay, see, after a couple of seconds you will get all the columns which belongs to this human resource employee available in this interface. So here whatever the columns do you want. Okay, so as soon as the table you have typed it, so all the columns of the particular table will be appear here. Okay, so you can select a limited column, or if you wanted to select all the columns, then you just need to click here. Okay, all columns. And if you wanted to have few number of columns, not all the columns is required, like job title, birth date, marital status, organization label. Suppose I need only this details. Okay, so these columns, so I can select here and click on OK. So this way your query will be designed. See, all the query what you have created with the help of query designer will be available here. Okay, so the next part is, okay, so till now we have created a shared data source and shared data set. Okay, so now the next step is we need to create a report. So right click on the report folders and create. There is an option to create a report using wizard. So we are not using a wizard, we will using this option, add new item. So click on new item and just wait. Here is the option you need to, this is the template you need to select, and if you see the extension of our SSRS report is .rdl. So you can write it as the first, you can say first report. So I'm just naming it as a first report.rdl. So add it. So once you add it, okay, so new report will be generated by the Visual Studio. Okay, so if you see, now we will go through the options we have in the default report which has been created. So this is a template. If you see, this is a design phase. You have two tabs, design phase and preview. So in design phase you will be able to create a report. Okay, okay, so this is the design phase. This is the area where you will drag the items, okay, which is available in the toolbox. This is the design surface. If you see, to add an item to the report, drag an item from the toolbox to the design surface and drag dataset field to the item. Okay, so where is the toolbox? Toolbox, if you see on the left hand side, you will get, this is the toolbox. In toolbox we have this many of option. With the help of these options you can create your or design your report. And then we have a report data. So this is, here you will have the parameter, images, data source and data sets option. So I'll cover this in more explain way in later section. So let's stick with the design surface here, and then this is a preview. Once your report is been created, you can click on the preview to see the preview of the report, how it is going to be shown. Okay, how it is once it is loaded or once it is deployed in the report server, then how it is going to look. So that is the preview section. As we do not have added any item or we do not have created yet a report, so that is why this preview section is completely blank. But if you can see here on the header section, if you see, this is one of one, one of two. So this is nothing but it is giving the current page of your report. So might be your report could have the thousand and millions of record that will not accommodate in one page, right? So due to which this report is having the paging functionality, where it will show that this is a one of page, second of page, third of page. Okay, then we have a refresh button. We will be able to refresh your report as well. Then we have a print. If you wanted to print your report, okay, just say you have created a report for a business user and he wanted to take a print screen. Okay, and that report is having the sales of the last sales of your product in the last years. Okay, so you wanted a print screen of that report, so there is an option here. Then we have a print layout. If you wanted to adjust the layout, so that is there. And page setup, and we have a export. So export is nothing, export is very good functionality in SSRS actually. So if you wanted to export that report, so these are the number of options in which formats you wanted to export your reports, like in Excel, in PowerPoint, in PDF, in TIFF file, in MSTL. So we have a lot of options here in the previous section. So let's go back to the design and we will create a report here. So here if you see, okay, and this in left hand side, these two options say toolbox and report data, just in case in if it is not visible in your report. So this could be the case that when you create a report you will not be able to see either a toolbox or report data section. So from where you will be able to find it, go to the view. Okay, here you will be able to find your toolbox, and the shortcut key is Control Alt X. Okay, so click on here, so your toolbox will be available. Again you wanted a report data also, so if you go here and see, we should have a report data tool available here. If just in case you will not able to find it, so the shortcut is Control Alt D for the report data. For toolbox it's a Control Alt X, and for report data it would be it should be Control Alt D. Control Alt D. So I press the Control Alt D, and here you will get the report data. See, so what happened, let's discuss the report data here, or first let's discuss the toolbox first. So in the toolbox, like if you have created SSIS package, there is also we have a toolbox, right? Control flow task and then we have a data number of data flow task, source task, transformation task, and okay. So similarly in report we have the report item tables, report items. Here you can drag and drop and create your report accordingly. So if you wanted to add a text box, you can add it. Wanted to add some line, you wanted to add tabular, you wanted to generate a tabular report, then you can drag a table over this design pane um, and create your report. If you wanted to create matrix, so these are the options. So in coming session I will cover each and every of the report item and will generate a report. Okay, and let's go to the report data section in the left hand side. Here is nothing. This is, if you expand this built-in field, so this is system generated fields. Okay, if you wanted to see the execution time of report, then these are the fields which will have the data of execution type. Okay, if you wanted to show the page number in each of the report page, then you can use this variable. Okay, this will contain the page number, current page number of your report. So this is built in fields. If you wanted to create a user defined field, so here you can create a user defined field as well. Then you have a parameter. Let's say parameter is something to filter down your report. Okay, let's say you have reports of sales for all the countries, okay, in your report, and you wanted to filter down on the basis of some country. You wanted to see the sales of America only. So in parameter you need to mention that particular selected country. For that purpose we can create a parameters. Okay, if you wanted to have some image, you can create image in this folder. Okay, now this is the data source and data set. So these are the two folders here. If you have noticed here, a few minutes back we have discussed the shared data source and shared data sets. Okay, and when we create a report, we again got this data source and data set. So what is the difference? See, here these are the shared data source. So if I have a multiple reports like first report, second report, third report, so all the report can share this data source, and this data source and data set is basically is uh, these two options are basically for the first report RDL only. Okay, so this is completely belongs to the first report. Okay, these are called the embedded data source. Okay, if you wanted to have wanted to create a data source or data set that is only be available in this report, then you can create from here. But your report, if just in case if you wanted to use the data set which is shared, then you can use this data set. Okay, so we will create first data set with the basis. We will create first report, and we will use the shared data source and shared data set. So let's create it. Go to the toolbox, and here let's drag text box first, and what we have in the data set, we open. So we are displaying the list of employees. Okay, so let's say employee detail. So here you can place the heading, just in case if you wanted to do it a little bit alignment, you can do it. You can give some nice color to it. This way is done. Then you wanted to show your data in table format, so drag the table here. Okay, and as soon as you drag the table, it is asking that we have a shared data set. Do you want to use this shared data set, or you wanted to create your embedded data set? So as of now I wanted this shared data set, so let me select it, click on OK. So this is, as soon as we have used this data set, so what will happen, this table structure has been created here, and this very first row, if you see, this very first row is nothing with dotted line. This is nothing but a header of the report, and this line is nothing but a data. So here if I mouse over, you have noticed this checkbox. Okay, this box. So if you click here, so it will give you all the columns which you have in the data set. Okay, so it is auto populated. You can select over here. So let me, I wanted in my first column job title should be this appear, then second column birth date, the third column I wanted is marital status, and fourth column there are options also. There are three more columns I need, but if you see I have only three columns here. So what I can do, I right click here, insert a column at the right side. Again I select this, insert column in the right side, select insert column. Similarly you can delete the columns as well. Okay, now I want organization level, gender, and hire date. So whatever I have in this employee table, so I have just mention it. I have just used it over here. So if you wanted to go and check the preview, so a table is created. If you wanted to, do some um, styling in your header, so what you can do, you can select your header part and you can make it bold. Okay, you can choose some color if you wanted, or let me choose background color. Let me choose this color. Okay, no, that is fine. Okay, now go to, so report is created. Okay, tabular format report is created. Now go to the, so this has been designed. Okay, so what we are expecting, the header is employee detail and the report which contains all the data which is coming from this data set. So if you have noticed, we have not connected with the data source because the data set itself is connected with the data source. Okay, so that is why it is not required. Go to the preview. So here we'll go and see the preview of this report. So it is now loading. Just wait for a couple of seconds. So here you go. See, the employee details coming in the header. We have used the text box. Okay. Then we have a tabular format here. And if you see, let me scroll down, scroll to the right side. Job title, birth date, marital status, organization. So here we have all the records. Okay, all the records we are getting. So this way you can create a tabular format table. Okay, now uh, let's say I don't want to use the shared data set. I wanted embedded data set. I don't want to uh, uh, so yes. Okay, so shared data set is having the list of employee. I wanted to see, let's say I wanted to display the list of department in the adventure box data set. So this is the department. So let me do one thing. Go, so whenever you wanted to do something, you have to come to the design pane. Okay, in preview you cannot add anything. So I am in design portion. So let me here choose this icon and delete. So entire table I wanted to delete. Now let me drag again a table here, and instead of employee detail, what we needed is department detail. So let me delete this and rename as a department detail. So this time we will use embedded data source or embedded data sets. Okay, so here if you see, till now I am getting the same. So but we do not need this shared data sets, because the shared data set, it is coming here. So what I am going to do, I will deleting this. Okay, now if you see, I am not having any data set available. So it is asking me, do you want to create a new data source? Yes, you can create from here also, or you can create a embedded data source from here also. Okay, so let me create a embedded data source and let me give this embedded. Why I am saying embedded, because this is specifically built for this report project only. Report first report.rdl. Okay, so this is embed ts, and as we have the SQL server, I wanted to build the connection string. So let me go to the design and pick the server name, copy it, go back, paste it in here, then choose the data base, test connection. This is fine. Click on OK. Connection string is available here. Credential, I want to use the window credential only. Click on OK. See, embedded data source is now created. Now I wanted to create a embedded data set. So it is asking me, see, use a shared data set or use a data set embedded in my report. So I use this one. Choose this option. I rename it as a embedded department detail. Okay, department data set. Department and capital DS is stands for data set. Fine. So data source, it is asking for the data source. Which data source do you want to connect with? Okay, so embed DS. This is the data source I wanted to do it. Okay. Now I have this query. You can copy paste the entire query and paste it over here. If you do not need, if you don't, you wanted to use the designer, you can use the designer pane as well, and click on OK. That unable to use. Okay, click on OK here, and again open this embed data sets. Go to the credentials. By default it is saying do not credentials, so we need to change this. Okay, here we have done. Okay, now what will happen, if you click here, it is saying no fields. Let's say, so select asterisk from, this is done, fields. Yes, we need to add the fields here. Okay, So here query field name is, if you see here, let me, instead of asterisk, let me type it as department ID. Okay, name, group name. I just want, as of now, I just want 3 columns. Okay, modified date. It is not a good idea to keep the modified date in your report, right? So this is basically for the developers or for the database developers. So 3 columns I wanted. So let me copy this query and go back. Let me close this. Go back to data sets and change this here. Okay, as soon as you will see, as soon as you put this 3 column, it will automatically come in the field department ID, name and group column. Okay, so these are the fields which you are getting from the database and which you are going to show in your report. So click on OK here, and now if you see, all 3 fields are available in your report. So click on department, select the department ID, select the name, select the group name. So what will happen? So this department detail, I think I had a name with the department detail. Yes. So because of the length issue, it is coming like this. So let me drag it here. Okay. Now this is fine. And if you wanted to, resize, remove or resize it, so you can do it as well. So just save, just select, do some little styling on the header side. Okay, give some color as a green. Okay, and this is what we have now in this report. We have used the embedded data source and embedded data set. So go to the preview and see how it is. See, so this is the header department details, and we got all the details what we have in the embedded data source. So let me create one more report, and I will show you that this embedded data source and data set will not be available, but we will be able to consume this shared data source. So this is the difference. Let me create a new report just to clear this concept for you. Second report, let me name it as a second report. That's it. Click on add. See, the second report has been created, and for second report, you see data source it is blank, data set is blank. Okay, because it is asking us to create an embedded data. So this is specifically for the report level data source and data sets. But when we create any report, let me drag one table here. Okay, and now it is asking me, so like, do you want to use the shared data set? So that means shared data set and shared data sources on project level. Okay, and this embedded data source and embedded data set is on report level. So this way we can create. So this is very first session where we have understood what is shared data source, shared data sets, how we can create a very basic report, SSRS report. In next session, we will create the matrix. So hope you like the video. Just in case if you have any doubts, just comment me in the comment box. Thank you and have a nice day.